Welcome to your detailed daily horoscope analysis for Gemini on Tuesday, April 22nd, 2025. I'm excited to dive into the celestial energies affecting your sign today. This is going to be quite an interesting day for you, with several planetary alignments creating a dynamic cosmic landscape. Let's start by examining the overall celestial picture. On April 22nd, 2025, we have Mercury, your ruling planet, positioned in Taurus, creating a somewhat grounding influence for your typically quick-moving mental energy. This positioning encourages practical thinking and careful communication. Meanwhile, the moon will be transiting through Capricorn, forming a square aspect to your sun sign. This creates a subtle tension between your natural flexibility and the more structured energy of Capricorn. Venus will be in Gemini on this date, which is particularly favorable for you. Having the planet of love and beauty in your sign amplifies your natural charm and enhances your powers of expression. You'll likely find yourself more magnetic than usual, with words flowing effortlessly. This is excellent timing for important conversations or presentations. Mars will be positioned in Pisces, creating an interesting dynamic with your air sign energy. This placement can sometimes diffuse your focus, but also enhances your intuitive abilities and creative thinking. Jupiter in Gemini continues its beneficial year-long transit through your sign, amplifying opportunities and expanding your horizons. For your love and relationship sphere, Venus in your sign makes April 22nd particularly promising. If you're in a relationship, communication flows beautifully today, helping you resolve any lingering misunderstandings with your partner. The Mercury in Taurus influence helps you express feelings in a more grounded, reliable way than is sometimes natural for your sign. For single Geminis, your enhanced charisma makes this an excellent day to make new connections. You'll find people are drawn to your wit and conversational abilities even more than usual. However, be mindful of the Moon-Sun square, which might create moments where your emotional needs seem at odds with practical considerations. You may feel pulled between wanting freedom and craving security. Take time to acknowledge these competing desires rather than letting them create internal conflict. In your career and professional life, the day presents some interesting dynamics. The practical influence of Mercury in Taurus helps you focus on details and follow-through, which isn't always your strongest suit as a Gemini. You'll find yourself able to complete tasks with unusual persistence. Jupiter's presence in your sign continues to bring opportunities for growth and advancement, possibly through networking or educational pursuits. A particular aspect to watch today is Saturn in Aries forming a sextile to your Sun. This creates a productive tension that can help you implement structural changes at work. If you've been considering asking for more responsibility or proposing a new project, the afternoon hours of April 22nd would be particularly favorable for these conversations. Regarding your financial outlook, Uranus in Taurus continues its long-term transit through your house of hidden resources, which might bring unexpected expenses related to behind-the-scenes matters. Today specifically, with Mercury also in Taurus, you might receive news about a financial matter that requires thoughtful consideration. Avoid impulsive financial decisions today, despite your natural tendency toward quick action. The Capricorn moon encourages fiscal responsibility and long-term planning. Health and well-being for Geminis on April 22nd will be influenced by that Mars in Pisces energy. This placement can sometimes drain your physical energy by pulling you in too many directions mentally. Be conscious about setting boundaries on your time and mental energy. Your nervous system might be more sensitive than usual, so incorporating calming practices like deep breathing or short meditation breaks would be particularly beneficial. With Venus in your sign, activities that combine social connection with light physical movement, perhaps a walk with a friend or a group dance class, would align perfectly with today's energies. For personal growth, Neptune in Aries forms an interesting aspect with your ruling planet Mercury, enhancing your ability to visualize your future and set inspired goals. This is an excellent day for journaling, vision boarding, or any practice that helps you clarify your aspirations. The Jupiter influence expands your thinking, potentially helping you see beyond current limitations. Your social connections receive a boost from Venus in your sign, making group activities particularly enjoyable today. You'll likely find yourself at the center of conversations, sharing ideas and connecting people with each other, one of your natural gifts as a Gemini. The afternoon and evening hours are especially favorable for social gatherings or networking events, as the moon forms a trine with Venus around that time. Some specific advice for Gemini on April 22nd, 2025. First, capitalize on your enhanced communicative abilities by having important conversations you've been postponing. Second, balance your natural multitasking tendency with moments of focused attention. The Taurus influences can help you ground scattered energies. Third, pay attention to intuitive insights that arise, particularly regarding career directions or financial matters. Lucky elements for Gemini on April 22nd include: your lucky color for the day is silver, reflecting the mercurial energy that's particularly strong. Your lucky number is 5, resonating with Mercury's vibrational influence. Favorable activities include writing, speaking engagements, short trips, and social gatherings. A crystal that would harmonize with today's energies for you is blue lace agate, which supports clear communication while calming an overactive mind. As you move through April 22nd, remember that the dual nature of Gemini is particularly highlighted today. Your ability to see multiple perspectives and adapt to changing circumstances is your superpower. The planetary positions support your natural flexibility, while also providing some grounding influences to help you manifest your ideas into reality. The overall energy of the day encourages you to express yourself authentically while remaining receptive to the insights and needs of others. It's a day where your characteristic Gemini brilliance can shine, especially when you take moments to center yourself amidst the mental activity. I hope this detailed horoscope serves you well as you navigate April 22nd, 2025. Remember that while the stars provide guidance, you ultimately create your own destiny through your choices and actions. Embrace the cosmic energy available to you and make this a truly remarkable day. On April 22, 2025, Gemini experiences a fascinating planetary alignment that significantly impacts your mental agility and communication patterns. Mercury, your ruling planet, positions itself at the critical final degrees of Aries, creating a surge of intellectual inspiration before it prepares to enter Taurus in the coming days. This positioning grants you remarkable clarity of thought and the ability to express complex ideas with unusual precision. Jupiter continues its beneficial transit through your own sign of Gemini, positioned at approximately 17 degrees. This creates an amplifying effect on your natural talents and expands your opportunities for personal growth. The Jupiter in Gemini placement makes this a particularly fortunate period for intellectual pursuits, learning new skills, and making connections that could prove valuable throughout the year. Venus, positioned in early Taurus, forms a sextile aspect to Neptune in Pisces, creating a dreamy, creative energy that enhances your artistic sensibilities. This planetary conversation particularly affects your 11th house of social networks and future aspirations, potentially bringing artistic collaborators into your sphere. The moon transits through Leo on this day, activating your 3rd house of communication and short-distance travel. This lunar position forms a harmonious trine with Jupiter in your sign, enhancing your charisma and making this an excellent day for presentations, important conversations, or pitching ideas. Your words carry extra weight and magnetic appeal under this influence. Mars in late Pisces occupies your 10th house of career and public reputation, forming a challenging square aspect to Mercury. This suggests potential friction between your professional ambitions and your communication style. You may need to moderate your typically quick and witty responses to avoid coming across as impatient in professional settings. Saturn, continuing its transit through Pisces at approximately 13 degrees, creates a semi-square aspect to your natal Gemini placements. This subtly restrictive energy requires you to bring discipline to your natural versatility. There's a cosmic demand for focus, rather than diffusing your energies across too many projects simultaneously. Uranus in Taurus at around 27 degrees forms an interesting aspect to your 12th house, potentially bringing sudden insights or revelations from your subconscious mind. Pay attention to unusual dreams or intuitive flashes, as they contain valuable information about your path forward. Pluto, having recently entered Aquarius, forms a supportive sextile to your Gemini planets. This transformative energy particularly impacts your 9th house of higher learning, philosophy, and long-distance travel. You may feel drawn to explore profound subjects or reconsider fundamental beliefs under this influence. The North Node in Aries highlights your 11th house of friendships and collective endeavors, suggesting that your personal growth is closely tied to your social connections and group affiliations during this period. The planetary emphasis on air and fire elements supports your intellectual nature and enhances your ability to inspire others. The Sun in early Taurus, positioned in your 12th house, forms a square with Saturn, creating a temporary tension between your need for rest and your sense of responsibility. This may manifest as feeling torn between taking necessary downtime and pushing forward with obligations. The wisdom lies in finding a sustainable balance rather than exhausting yourself through perpetual activity. Neptune's position in late Pisces continues to dissolve boundaries in your career sector, requiring discernment between genuine opportunities and misleading prospects. With Neptune's subtle influence on your professional life, maintaining clarity about your true goals becomes essential. Chiron in Aries forms a conjunction with Mercury on this day, bringing healing potential to your communication patterns. Old wounds related to expressing yourself or being heard may surface for resolution. This transit offers an opportunity to recognize and release communication patterns that no longer serve you. The asteroid Pallas Athena in Cáncer forms a quincunx to your Gemini planets, suggesting that strategic adjustments are needed in how you apply your intellectual gifts. Rather than relying solely on logic, incorporating emotional intelligence into your decision-making process proves particularly beneficial under this influence. The overall planetary pattern for April 22, 2025, creates what astrologers call a locomotive configuration, with planets clustered primarily in the eastern hemisphere of your chart. This indicates a period of self-determination and personal initiative, where you're cosmically supported in driving your own destiny rather than reacting to external circumstances. On April 22, 2025, Gemini's communication landscape is particularly fascinating due to several key planetary arrangements. With Mercury, your ruling planet, positioned in grounded Taurus, your typical quick-fire communication style undergoes an interesting transformation. There's a deliberateness to your words today that might feel unusual, but proves extremely effective. Your thoughts move through a filter of practicality before reaching expression, creating more impactful conversations. The Moon's position in relationship-oriented Libra creates a harmonious trine with your sign, enhancing your natural diplomatic abilities. This alignment particularly boosts your capacity for one-on-one conversations where nuance and understanding are required. You'll find yourself naturally mediating discussions and bridging gaps between opposing viewpoints. Venus and Mars form an interesting configuration today that directly affects your 3rd house of communication. This creates a magnetic quality to your expression. People aren't just hearing your words, they're feeling them. Your ideas carry an unusual persuasive power, making this an excellent day for pitching concepts, sharing important thoughts, or expressing feelings that have been difficult to articulate. Jupiter's expansive influence touches your communication sector today as well, amplifying your natural wit and intellectual curiosity. Conversations that might typically remain surface level have the potential to expand into fascinating explorations of ideas. Your mind is particularly nimble at connecting seemingly unrelated concepts, allowing for breakthrough thinking and innovative problem-solving approaches. There's a subtle challenge from Saturn forming a square to your sign, suggesting some potential for miscommunication if you rush through important details. The key is to harness Mercury in Taurus' methodical energy rather than fighting against it. Allow yourself extra time for important communications rather than multitasking as you might typically prefer. Written expression receives a particular boost today. If you've been working on any writing projects, the flow between your thoughts and your ability to capture them coherently strengthens significantly. Digital communication also benefits from this alignment, with emails, texts, and social media posts carrying greater clarity and impact than usual. In professional settings, your ability to translate complex concepts into accessible language makes you an invaluable team member today. Colleagues and supervisors will appreciate your talent for making the complicated simple without losing essential meaning. This is an excellent day for presentations, reports, or training others. Personal relationships benefit from your enhanced communication as well. The position of Mercury in sensual Taurus brings a warmth and tangibility to your expression that your loved ones will find particularly engaging. You're able to express affection and appreciation in ways that feel authentic rather than performative. Neptune's influence adds a creative dimension to your communication style today. You may find yourself reaching for metaphor and imagery more than usual, painting pictures with your words that help others truly see your vision. This poetic quality serves you well in creative pursuits, but remember to incorporate that Taurian groundedness when clarity is paramount. The interaction between Mercury and Uranus brings flashes of brilliant insight that may surprise even you. Pay attention to sudden ideas or thoughts that seem to come from nowhere. They contain seeds of innovation that could develop into something significant. Keep a notes app or journal handy to capture these inspirations before they fade. Your listening skills also receive a boost today. The planetary alignment enhances your ability to truly hear what others are saying beyond their words. This empathic quality strengthens connections and prevents the misunderstandings that sometimes occur when you're racing ahead to your next thought. Practice presence in conversations, and you'll gather information that might otherwise have been missed. For Geminis working in media, writing, teaching, or any communication-focused field, today marks a particularly productive period. Your natural talents are amplified, while some of your typical challenges, like sticking with one topic or organizing thoughts sequentially, are temporarily easier to manage thanks to Mercury's stabilizing position in Taurus. Social gatherings highlight your gift for connecting people through conversation. You naturally create bridges between different personality types, finding common ground and sparking discussions that leave everyone feeling engaged. This makes you a valuable addition to any group activity or networking event scheduled for today. Technology-mediated communication flows especially well. Video calls, podcasts, voice messages, and other multimedia formats allow your expressive personality to shine through digital barriers. If you've been considering starting a blog, podcast, or social media project, today's energy strongly supports taking that first step. On April 22, 2025, Gemini natives find themselves under fascinating financial influences as the cosmos creates unique monetary pathways. With the sun firmly established in Taurus, your financial sector receives powerful illumination, bringing previously hidden opportunities into clear focus. This Taurian energy encourages practical approaches to wealth building, though it may feel somewhat slower-paced than your naturally quick Gemini preferences. Mercury, your ruling planet, creates a significant trine aspect with Jupiter on this date, opening communication channels that could lead to profitable conversations. Listen carefully during meetings or casual exchanges. Financial tips or collaborative proposals may emerge unexpectedly. The moon transiting through Leo connects your communication sector with your resource management skills, making this an excellent day for negotiating, pitching ideas, or discussing raises. Venus, positioned in Aries, activates your network sector, suggesting that social connections made today could transform into financial opportunities within the next 3 weeks. Don't dismiss casual encounters. An acquaintance might provide the missing link to a lucrative endeavor. Jupiter's influence from your hidden 12th house indicates behind-the-scenes financial developments working in your favor, though they may not be immediately apparent. Trust your intuition regarding investments or savings plans today, as your subconscious is processing financial information effectively. Mars in your career sector forms a productive sextile with Saturn, combining ambition with discipline, the perfect recipe for sustainable financial growth. This aspect particularly favors Geminis working in technology, communication, or educational fields, with potential for recognition that translates to monetary rewards. Financial institutions appear favorable to your requests today, making it an opportune time to refinance, restructure debt, or explore improved interest rates. The numerological signature of the day resonates with Gemini's dual nature, supporting balanced approaches to both saving and strategic spending. Uranus in your psychological sector may trigger sudden insights about your relationship with money. Pay attention to these revelations, as they could help you break free from limiting financial patterns. For Geminis involved in side businesses or freelance work, client communications received today deserve special attention, as they may contain clues about expanding your services profitably. Digital currencies and technology-based investments receive favorable aspects, though traditional savings vehicles shouldn't be overlooked. The day's energy especially supports financial diversification rather than concentrated risk. Partnership finances come under positive aspects, making this an excellent time to discuss shared resources, combined investments, or joint ventures with trusted allies. Pluto's transformative energy touches your 8th house of shared resources, potentially bringing legacy matters or inheritance issues to resolution. Real estate considerations also receive beneficial aspects for Geminis considering property investments or refinancing existing properties. Watch for small financial details that could make significant differences. A Gemini's natural attention to varied information serves you well today. Avoid impulsive purchases despite feeling optimistic about your financial future. The day rewards methodical approaches over spontaneous decisions. Financial agreements signed today carry particular weight and staying power, especially those involving educational pursuits or international connections. The Venus-Jupiter sextile forming exact alignment tomorrow casts its fortunate shadow over today's financial dealings, creating a window of opportunity that extends through the week. Your financial intuition is heightened, allowing you to sense which opportunities align with your long-term security needs. Pay particular attention to communications around midday when Mercury's influence peaks, potentially delivering news about resources or opportunities. For Geminis employed by others, workplace dynamics today could position you favorably for future financial acknowledgement. Document your contributions carefully. April 22, 2025, presents several noteworthy fortunate areas for Gemini natives. With Mercury, your ruling planet, forming a harmonious trine with Jupiter in Sagittarius, your communication skills are especially powerful today. This planetary alignment opens doors for successful negotiations, important conversations, and intellectual pursuits. Your words carry extra weight and persuasive power, making this an excellent day to pitch ideas, request favors, or express your thoughts to those in positions of influence. The Venus-Neptune sextile, occurring simultaneously, creates a beautiful energy around creative and artistic endeavors. If you've been working on any creative projects, today's cosmic energy provides a boost of inspiration and aesthetic sensitivity. Your imagination is heightened, allowing you to see possibilities others might miss. This aspect also blesses social connections with a touch of magic. New people entering your life today could become significant allies or bring unexpected opportunities. Financial matters receive favorable cosmic support as well. The moon in your second house of resources forms beneficial aspects to both Saturn and Pluto, suggesting that disciplined financial decisions made today have strong potential for long-term growth. Pay attention to conservative investment opportunities or chances to restructure your financial approach. What might seem like a small adjustment now could yield substantial returns in the coming months. Your third house of communication and local environment is particularly activated, making neighborhood connections and short-distance travel especially fortunate. A conversation with a neighbor or relative could lead to valuable information or an unexpected opportunity. Keep your ears open during casual interactions. The universe often delivers its gifts through seemingly random encounters when Mercury is positioned as favorably as it is today. The workplace represents another area of significant fortune. With Mars energizing your sixth house of daily work and service, your productivity and effectiveness are at peak levels. Tasks that normally drain your energy will seem easier to complete, and your problem-solving abilities are exceptionally sharp. Colleagues and supervisors are more likely to notice your contributions, making this an ideal time to showcase your unique talents or request additional responsibilities that align with your career goals. Technology and innovation constitute another fortunate area today. Uranus makes a supportive aspect to your Sun, suggesting unexpected breakthroughs with digital tools, social media, or innovative methods. An experimental approach yields the best results. Don't be afraid to try something unconventional, especially if it involves modern technology or progressive ideas. This cosmic influence particularly benefits Geminis working in tech, media, communications, or any field requiring adaptability and quick thinking. Educational pursuits also receive cosmic blessings. Whether you're formally enrolled in courses or pursuing independent learning, your ability to absorb and process complex information is enhanced. This makes April 22nd perfect for examinations, important study sessions, or making decisions about future educational paths. The Jupiter influence amplifies your natural curiosity and helps you see the bigger picture in whatever you're learning. Regarding social connections, the fifth house activation suggests fortunate encounters in recreational settings. Accepting invitations to social gatherings, cultural events, or creative workshops could lead to meeting people who will play significant roles in your personal or professional development. Don't dismiss casual invitations, they may lead to meaningful connections. Health and wellness initiatives started today have an increased chance of success. The current planetary positioning supports sustainable habit formation and encourages holistic approaches to well-being. If you've been considering starting a new fitness routine or implementing a wellness practice, cosmic forces are aligned in your favor, particularly for activities that combine mental and physical elements, like yoga, tai chi, or mindful walking practices. For Geminis involved in teaching, writing, or public speaking, today marks an especially fortunate period. Your ability to articulate complex ideas in accessible ways is heightened, and audiences are particularly receptive to your message. If you've been hesitating to share your knowledge or perspectives, the universe strongly encourages you to step forward now. Travel planning also receives favorable aspects, particularly for trips that combine learning and pleasure. Research conducted today about future journeys will yield valuable insights, and connections made with people from different cultural backgrounds could open unexpected doors. Even if you're not physically traveling, exploring different cultures through books, films, or conversations brings unexpected benefits and expands your worldview in meaningful ways. Collaborations initiated today carry special promise, particularly those that allow you to contribute your intellectual gifts while learning from others' expertise. The current Mercury-Jupiter trine supports partnerships where knowledge exchange is central, so reach out to potential collaborators whose skills complement your own. What begins as a casual conversation could evolve into a mutually beneficial professional relationship with significant long-term potential. Intuitive insights deserve your attention today. With Neptune's influence, your subconscious mind is processing information in powerful ways, leading to unexpected realizations about your path forward. Pay attention to recurring thoughts, meaningful coincidences, and intuitive nudges. They're providing valuable guidance about which fortunate areas deserve your focus. Your famous Gemini analytical abilities are beautifully balanced today with intuitive understanding, allowing you to make decisions that are both practical and aligned with your deeper purpose. April 22nd, 2025, brings a fascinating social landscape for Gemini natives as Mercury forms a harmonious trine with Jupiter in fellow air sign Aquarius. This planetary alignment significantly enhances your natural communication abilities and expands your social horizons in unexpected ways. Your ruling planet Mercury is currently moving through your 11th house of social networks and collective endeavors, creating ideal conditions for meaningful connections and collaborative opportunities. The day's energy supports reaching out beyond your usual social circles, perhaps reconnecting with old friends you've lost touch with or strengthening bonds with acquaintances who could become more significant in your life. With the moon in Leo activating your communication sector, your words carry extra charisma and persuasive power, making this an excellent day for important conversations or group presentations. Notice how people seem more receptive to your ideas and perspectives today. This cosmic configuration particularly favors digital connections and online networking. Social media interactions could lead to unexpected opportunities, especially those involving creative collaboration or information exchange. A seemingly casual conversation might reveal surprising common interests or mutual connections that prove valuable later. Venus, currently in Aries, forms a dynamic square to Pluto in Capricorn, adding intensity to your social interactions. You might find yourself drawn to people with powerful personalities or those who challenge your thinking in productive ways. This aspect can bring transformative encounters that shift your perspective on a social situation or relationship dynamic you've been contemplating. Be mindful that this energy can also manifest as power struggles within groups, if not channeled constructively. With Mars in Cáncer moving through your resource sector, you might feel more protective of your energy and social bandwidth today. This positioning encourages you to be selective about your social commitments, choosing quality over quantity when it comes to where you direct your attention. Pay close attention to subtle social cues around midday when the moon forms a revealing aspect to Neptune. You'll have enhanced intuition about others' true feelings and motivations, helping you navigate complex social dynamics with greater awareness. Group situations highlight your versatility today. You'll likely find yourself playing mediator or translator between different personalities or viewpoints. Your ability to see multiple perspectives makes you a valuable connector, helping bridge understanding between people who might otherwise miss each other's points. A sextile between Mercury and Saturn provides stability to your social thinking, helping you discern which connections have long-term potential versus fleeting appeal. This aspect supports making commitments to groups or causes that align with your evolving values. For Geminis in leadership positions, today's configuration supports gathering input from team members and fostering a collaborative atmosphere. Your ability to synthesize different viewpoints into cohesive action plans is particularly strong. Meanwhile, those feeling socially hesitant receive cosmic support to step beyond comfort zones. The North Node's position indicates growth comes through embracing new social territories rather than retreating to familiar ground. Pay attention to unexpected social invitations that arise today, especially those that come through mutual connections or involve educational opportunities. The universe is creating crossroads moments that could introduce influential people into your life path. For coupled Geminis, today's energy supports socializing as a pair, possibly strengthening your relationship through shared experiences with friends or community involvement. Single Geminis might find romantic potential through group activities or friend introductions, particularly with someone who stimulates your intellectual curiosity. The evening hours bring a subtle shift as the moon forms a trine to Uranus, potentially bringing surprising developments in your social sphere. An unexpected message or invitation could arrive, or you might suddenly see a friendship in a completely new light. Technology plays an important role in your social connections today. Digital platforms provide venues for meaningful exchanges and may reconnect you with people from your past who resurface with perfect timing. Don't dismiss seemingly random reconnections, as they may serve important purposes in your ongoing story. With Chiron's influence, healing conversations are possible today, particularly with friends you may have experienced tension with recently. The planetary energy supports reconciliation through honest communication rather than avoiding difficult topics. In professional settings, collaborative projects receive favorable cosmic support, especially those requiring diverse viewpoints or interdisciplinary approaches. Your ability to network across different departments or specialties brings value that others will recognize. As you navigate this socially dynamic day, remember that the current Mercury-Jupiter trine supports expansion, but requires discernment. Not every connection deserves equal energy, so trust your enhanced intuition about which relationships to nurture more deeply. End the day by reflecting on the social exchanges that felt most authentic and energizing. These are cosmic clues about which connections deserve more cultivation in the weeks ahead. As Mercury forms a trine with Saturn today, Gemini, you're experiencing a rare moment of mental clarity and focus. This is